Karlsson of Sweden is no stranger to the Super Series, and he's back at the table tonight. Kornek waits at the table, getting his focus. Two very, very experienced athletes, Kornek and Anders Karlsson. Kornek, the German, in the purple shirt. And he's going to be looking for the power throughout this match. Kornek keeping tight, keeping close, driving forward with the lower palm. You can see him setting his shoulder and tricep into that, trying to angle his body so that he can apply pressure from the tricep. Anders Karlsson, by contrast, will try to reverse this match. He wants to get the top roll, wants to bust open the wrist of Robert Kornek of Germany. And setting the hand high, trying to use that little bit of leverage. You can see the difference in height in the athletes. Karlsson in the yellow shirt, back pressure, and he manages to get high on the hand, but it's a great reversal. We slip and we go to the straps. The 1-inch nylon strap will be placed around the wrists and hands. And Robert Kornek there tried to drive forward for the hook and didn't make it in the opening start. And as Anders Karlsson went for the reversal, it was a counter reversal by that man Kornek. And that led us to the slip. Both men going for the top roll. We're now in the straps. Again, you can see Karlsson in the yellow shirt applies that back pressure, moves his elbow to the back of the pad. And now all the force going from his wrist, from his fingertips up into his own shoulder. Trying to pull his hand over his own shoulder, but he's not able to do so. And Kornek sets the hook, drives in. This is all about the German. Robert Kornek in a great position now. He's tight to that shoulder. Now he moves around with the tricep. Karlsson looks comfortable, but he's defended at this point in time, and Kornek knows it. He goes for the drive. The German with a great attack there. Keeping tight, keeping full power through the bicep, through the lower hand. Forcing down for the pad, forcing down, so close, and he can't stop pulling now, or Karlsson will be straight back into it. Kornek only an inch away, there it is, and it's a happy athlete. Kornek with the win, the German taking the first pin, and Anders Karlsson gave it everything he had to try and hold that one off the pad, but it wasn't enough. But Kornek first blood, 1 pin, Germany. You'll want to stay out of there, and you wonder how much that's taken out of both men. One thing I will say about Anders Karlsson, he's got great stamina. This fella's got very, very good endurance indeed. We've seen him in a number of battles throughout the Armwrestling Super Series, and he doesn't tend to tire too much. Karlsson, thinking about what he's doing now, looking at the hand and wrist of Robert Kornek, and trying to look for a way through. Reversing top roll. I'm sure he's setting up for the top. He goes for the back pressure. It's an elbow foul. Karlsson, we've often seen him foul out before on that. He has a very, very high lap dragging style. His elbow positioned quite near the front of the pad at the start. He then puts in a huge lap drag, moves to the back of the pad to try and increase his leverage and open the hand of his opponent. But in doing so, he popped off the back of the pad, and it was an elbow foul to the Swede. The man in yellow gets the yellow card. Can't afford another one, or he will lose the match. It's again dangerously close to the back, but he's posted open the hand, and this is good for Karlsson. Now Robert Kornek needs to come in with the tricep, tries to do so, and in danger of losing his hand, and it's a huge counter. Swinging counter, and he goes off the back of the pad. It is the red card, and I did think that he was close to the back, but I thought actually he'd managed to keep it on, but he didn't, and that was spotted by Keith Taylor, our referee, and it's a red card. Frustrating loss. 2 to Robert Kornek, 2 pins. Kornek in purple, a good lead. He needs one more, and the match cannot be lost. And a very, very good reversing top roll again from Karlsson, but I was watching the elbow. I'm watching it again there. Now he's moved forward, a little bit more secure, and he is in control on the hand and wrist. Now the Swede needs to work smartly here and tighten up to that shoulder. He's in control now, full hand control. He's got his index finger high behind the index finger knuckle of Robert Kornek. Kornek's wrist is broken open. Kornek wrestling well, tried to get to his own reversal, but can't make it back, and that's one back for the Swede. 2-1, Anders Karlsson. One pin lost in the hook, the second pin lost on a double elbow foul when he actually looked like he was in control. He made it good on the third start, and we're at 2-1. Robert Kornek, the man in the purple shirt, needs to show the knuckle. The thumb knuckles of the arm wrestler must be visible, and that's going to go into the strap. And I don't think either man made much attempt there to keep a grip. Strap match. The strap going around the wrists and hands will prevent a slip again. They need to have a solid and secure hand position for this hit. And I think Robert Kornek will be the most concerned of the two. He was in danger of losing his hand on the last two starts, and certainly in the last one was top rolled quite early. He's got away with a tricep press, but Karlsson's got what he wants. He's over the hand. Anders Karlsson with the back pressure. Post the hand and wrist now, and he's in a lie back cobra in total control. Now, Kornek does have the advantage that he can push off the strap, but he's in a terrible position on the hand and wrist. And very few people can pull that powerfully outside of Monster Michael Todd of the USA. Most people don't like to have the wrist broken back, and Robert Kornek falls into that category. He's thinking about how he can gain leverage, but in doing so he waits too long, and it's Anders Karlsson. Now look at Karlsson as he collects the hand and wrist. He's not rushing there, sits to the back of the pad. Now he collects, come behind, and the second drive is where he gets the advantage. 2-2. It's level at the Iron Curtain. Arm Wars Super Series Iron Curtain from the Duncan Alsh Hotel and Spa in Blackburn, Lancashire, in the UK. Absolutely beautiful surroundings up here. One of the best facilities in the northwest of England, and it's packed with the best arm wrestlers and the best arm wrestling action in the world this weekend. Phenomenal hit again there. Karlsson this time was out of the blocks, but he's oh, it's an elbow foul. An elbow foul called. And I've got to admit, I'd have loved to see that one close up on the elbow, because he looked like he pinned it before there was any infringement. I didn't spot anything, but hawk-eyed Keith Taylor did. And that's what he's got the stripes on for. Keith Taylor. Nobody will be more pleased about that than Robert Kornek. The man from Germany in the purple shirt will be thanking his lucky stars, because apart from the fact that it was a minimal elbow foul, he got flashed. He will definitely want to make sure that it doesn't happen again. He's struggling to get his hand set, I think mostly because Karlsson is climbing for height on the hand. Robert Kornek, a big hit, but he can't get in, and this time Anders Karlsson makes it good. It's 3 pins to 2 for the Swedish athlete, and he's 1 away. Only 1 pin required to make it a solid victory, and I think Robert Kornek is really up against it here on the hand and wrist. Watch for the big hit inside, the silver bullet being fired now by Kornek, because he is going inside. He's got there, but Anders Karlsson high on the hand, and Karlsson pins with a tremendous reverse encounter. Watch on the replay as Kornek shot forward. Anders was sat waiting. There's the smile, there's the lap drag. It's a counter win. Anders Karlsson